सर्वज्ञानमयी
सर्वज्ञानमयी सर्वज्ञानमयी
सर्वव्याधिविनाशिनी
सर्वव्याधिविनाशिनी सर्वव्याधिविनाशिनी
सर्वाधारस्वरूपे
सर्वाधारस्वरूपे सर्वाधारस्वरूपे
सर्वज्ञानमयी. All the Veda, Shastras, that knowledge you get. That is why in Lalita Sahasranamam, Sruti Simanta Sindhuri Kruta Padabja Dhulika. The line is there. The meaning of that is, Amma, the Vedas try to describe your power. They want to become a Sindhura in your Simanta. They settle down under your feet as dust particles. By that, I realize, whenever I say, Padayoho Padyam Samarpayami, I should not take a Uddharani and show like Padayoho Padyam Samarpayami, Hastayo Argyam Samarpayami. I should put it in my hand, wash your feet, so that by touching your feet, under which the Vedas are thriving, we get the Sara, Veda Sara. So, that is the greatness of Sarvajnanamai. You don't need to do any study, you don't need to do any big practice. Always think about her and surrender to her completely. Sarva Vyadhi Vinashini. What is Vyadhi? Vyadhi is disease. Normally, people think the diseases are Parkinson, diabetic, heart disease. These are connected to only body. But a majority section of the people are suffering from a chronic disease called anger, a chronic disease called selfishness, a chronic disease called reactive nature, vengeance, hatred. Here and there we see that. Unfortunately, nobody told it is also a disease which is affecting you at a subtle level. There are three diseases: physical, mental, spiritual disease also there. You'll be wondering what is spiritual disease. Physical disease, any ailment connected to the body, that is physical disease. You all know. It comes and goes. And as the age increases, certain weaknesses develop. It's quite natural. Mental disease, depression. You have everything, but still you aspire for something. Feeling of lagging behind. Asantrupti. Nitya Santushta is the richest person. Contentment is the richness. But unfortunately, persons with mental ailment, they never take the life as a complete one and keep on praying for something else and something else without knowing what they need. This is a mental disease. Thinking that the world created by her mother is not perfect. I have to change it as if you are perfect inside. This kind of split personality in us is also a mental disease. Spiritual disease is changing the gods, going for shortcuts. When my sankalpa is big, when my desire is big, I need to understand that the parihara also may be big. I should be ready. If you don't have children for the past 10 years, you recite Santana Gopala mantra at least 1,000 times per day. No, 1,000? This is a kind of spiritual disease. We don't actually understand what is spirituality. So, Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Tapatraya. These are producing heat. Tapatrayagni Samtapta Samahladana Chandrika. She is the one who cools down this heat developed by these diseases. Why these diseases are coming? We have already discussed. By lack of completeness, feeling of incompleteness, and a continuous slavery to the thoughts coming from mind, continuous slavery to the desires. Actually, we are all worried about corona. Third wave, fourth wave, second wave, these waves we are observing very closely. It is a contagious disease. Well, more powerful is anger. Anger is a contagious disease. If you get anger, if I'm not protecting myself, I'll also get anger. So anger is a contagious disease. What happens is, Buddha told, if someone is having high fever, what will you do? Suffering from a disease. You'll go to that person, dip the cloth in the cold water and apply to the forehead. Try to reduce the temperature. You become a nurse. Well, in anger also, that person is suffering from the heat developed by the anger. It's also a fever. Why are you reacting to that person? Why don't you act like a nurse to that person, trying to cool that person down? That's why if you practice Sri Vidya, a Vidya of lifestyle of happiness, Amma, mother, will give you a medicine called Shanti, peace, to handle a chronic disease called anger. This medicine is not available in MedPlus and other medical stores. It is available only with her. Actually, in Sri Vidya, just for example I am telling, there are nyasas. This is how she is reducing our ailment. Nyasa means invoking that spiritual energy in different parts of the body. Devi Kavacham is also a kind of nyasa. We feel that the body is not made up of mundane things like flesh, mucus, bone, skin, bone marrow, but it is made up of divine energies. Devi Lalitha Devi, Udare Soladharini, Nabhojakamani Rakshyam, Guhyam Gukhe Sri Tatha. So, in the same way, all of us, if we just practice the spiritual practices suggested by the ancient seers and rishis, most of these vyadhis, diseases, we can come out of. What is the nyasa for stress? There are 15 points in our body which develop stress. It's a yoga shastra. And those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So all you have to do is, say the body is infected somewhere. What will you do? Disinfectant. You apply some tincture, iodine or something like that. Healing dust. What is the best disinfectant we have is the name of the God. Apavitra pavitro va sarvavastha gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhakya abhyantara suchihi. So, we recite the name of the God, any energy, and pass on that energy to these different 15 places. In this process, certainly reduces the stress. You can try. for 40 days, whenever you have a stress, you just do it regularly. How do you do? All of you can do along with me. Simple mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why Vasudeva? Because power of sustenance is Vishnu. Vishnu, that energy can handle the stress which is being developed in the body because I'm going behind the thoughts. Let us do that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Up to this, 15 points are over. Now, all over the body, the divine energy you need to spread.